All right, if I knew that bell was so powerful, I'd use that thing a lot more often. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Greg McGuire, your president-elect for the Las Vegas Rotary Club. It's my honor to preside over the meeting today in lieu of Janice, who is out on another work opportunity. So she's out there and will not be here today. We're supposed to start. Okay, so this month in December is our theme is the Las Vegas community. So as you go through your day, just kind of remember that we're here to give back to our community. We do that in so many different ways as it is already, but there's always new opportunities here with the holidays coming. Anytime you see somebody, reach out to them. Thank you. All right, with that, I'd like to call up Past President Tom Crow for our invocation. This one on?
Now we're on?
Yes.
Okay, let us pray. We ask for God's help to give our individual gifts to our community, to give of ourselves in ways that make a difference, to keep our wits during times replete with distractions, to maintain our focus with determination, and to fill our Rotary commitments with vigor, stamina, and a hearty spirit. We pray for our fellow Rotarians, and especially for Jim Tucker, asking for a speedy recovery from a stroke. For all this, we give us thanks. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Now, Past President Jim Hunt is going to lead the charge. I've already been warned by Mr. Hunt that if this is not loud enough, we're going to just start over until it is.
That's right. So for those of you who go to the Grand Canyon Mall, the mall where I've been for the last 30 years, you always see me wear this hat. And the reason is when I get to the fields a lot of times, I'll just turn it on like that, and the kids, usually the real small ones, the 6-year-olds, will look at me and they'll, "Your hat!" And I'll just go, "What? I had no idea what you're talking about." But they love it. It's been my little tradition thing. So with Christmas now here, if the 30th Santa Claus and our holiday party didn't put you in the Christmas spirit, we're going to do it today. We've had songs that sometimes the lyrics are hard to understand. They're on your table for Jingle Bells. I think we can do this. But I want it to be the loudest we've ever done. I want them to hear us in the next room. I want them to hear us out in the parking lot. And when you see the word in bold, really nail out those lines, okay? And so that we're all together, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, go. Dashing, okay? We'll go dashing after go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Dashing go. Brothers! Over the hills we go, laughing all the way. As on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is! Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
All right, well done, well done. Jack, if you come up front and center, please. Jack is our Sergeant at Arms, and he will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we all get down, we're going to send a picture to Janice. Over here.
Don't forget this side.
All right, thanks everybody. Take your seats, please. Okay, a lot of work went into setting up the meeting today. And appreciate those that set up. We got Leon, Lynn, and Bob Order. Greeters, Dan Adamson, Stockton, and I saw Nancy over there also. Ticket sales, Young and Bob Piper. Scribe, Aaron Kemper. AD Stu, photographer Sarah Thornton, and teardown Dr. Michael Williams and Mijo. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, now we're going to see if we have any international guests. Is there any international guests with us today? No international. Okay, any visiting Rotarians? See none. Any guests of Rotarians? Okay. Guests of the club. Guests of Rotarians first, over here. Put your hand up, please. There you go.
Hi, my name is Gilon. I'm with GA.
Welcome. Any other guests that come over here?
I'm happy to introduce a friend of mine, Richard Short, who is interested in doing it.
Great. Welcome. Thank you. Sponsor with Rotary, so I'm glad that. All right, thank you, sir. Anybody else? One more, Matt?
Good afternoon. I know you're thinking of a guest, no? I got to introduce a guest, and he's got a Tribeca, a buddy of mine, John Meyer, who A, works at our office, B, sits on the Search and Rescue Board, and C, is a child of a past president by a guy named Mike. So welcome, John.
Any other guests of Rotarians? Okay, guests of the club, Larry?
I'd like to welcome Steve Stern. It turned out that we probably live within 5 miles of each other in Southern California. And he's now moved to Vegas and is looking forward to, he's a Rotarian too for many, many years in Phillip Park. So we're looking forward to his future membership.
Hello. Actually, Phillip Park is a community that most people in Orange or in Southern California don't even know. We actually are in Orange and Anaheim. It's a little tiny community with no street lights, no sidewalks.
Okay, it's like you guys don't really even exist over there.
Yeah, we do, but we don't want people to know who we are.
Okay, smart. Well, welcome, Steve. Welcome from the OC. Welcome to Vegas. Jack, if you take it over to table over here, the educational table. This week we have, I think, Beckley, McCall, and Deering joining us. Thank you, Gwen.
I'm Gwen Hall, but I'm covering for Tina, who was on a cruise. I first want to introduce our very elegantly dressed Shannon. You know,
Candy cane.
Yes, you guys come the holiday season at an elementary school and you have days like Candy Cane Day and you come looking like a pretty special person at times. So I'm sorry for my attire. My Crocs are also candy cane. If you come to take a look at them a little later, I did stop at the candy cane socks, so this is as far as it went. We just at Beckley want to thank you guys so much. Santa Claus was the most phenomenal one I have even seen. You guys did such a lovely job. It was so well organized. The volunteers were fantastic. Everything ran super smoothly. Our kids were so very grateful for everything that you guys did. So I just want to give you a very heartfelt thank you all so much. From Beckley Elementary School to you. Much love to all of my Rotarians.
Well done.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me also introduce, she's the one that helped balance me out. Come on, you know. You love how I like to. So you know I normally show up in a little more professional, so I decided since I was going to be the one that looked so lovely, my amazing instructional coach Heather would come in a complimentary, more professional looking outfit. So, wave to the crowd. Very Christmassy. All right.
Thank you.
Amanda Lush from Hall Elementary.
Hi. I'm not as spirited as Shannon this week, but next week I for sure will be. In addition to just all of the wonderful craziness that comes along with the last week of Rotary, we decided to say, hey, let's wear some crazy socks. Hey, dress like a Grinch. So I love Shannon so much and how much that she just puts herself out there. Okay, so once again, thank you for all that you do. Ditto for everything for Santa Claus. It was so sweet. Our families were so appreciative of all that you guys do for them every year. So thank you once again. We, as always, cannot do the work without our community support. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm in my real role, the liaison for Deering. First of all, I want to give Deborah a check. Many of you know that all the schools submitted an application and theirs was approved and she gets $2,000. Deborah and Tony are two of the most fabulous people. I think every day they get more stars in their crown.
Ed says.
Thank you. And myself and Mr. Ryder, we just want to share a huge thank you to everyone here for Santa Claus. Our kids were so excited, our families were so thrilled when they came to pick it up. And just to let you know, our kids they were on the bus. They didn't want to get off the bus without all of their bags because they were worried they weren't going to be there for them when they got back on. So, our kids appreciate this more than you could possibly imagine. So thank you for your support. Thank you, Gwen. We're so excited with our $2,000. So thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.
Thank you. We're at Calvin, still a lot of Christmas wishes and holiday wishes for all those children. So it's great. Thank you all, Rotary, for all the work you do.
Can I just say one more thing? This is Bob Kaiser's last day of being a liaison for McCall, and we so much appreciate when he stepped in and took over and gets to work with Amanda.
Well done. Thank you, Bob. Okay, Jackie, come over. We'll just introduce the head table right now. So this is an interesting table today. It's basically full of commanders, captains, commodores, presidents, basically, all people that a lot of titles. So today we have joining us Commander Mark Spear, former with LA County Sheriff. And so they're with the Red Rock Search and Rescue. They're going to be talking today about all the activity they do. We have Barrett McIntyre, welcome, sir, and Robbie Brown, Deputy Commander of Community Outreach. We have our prospective new president-elect, Mike Kudiamont, and also Toby Cleff is joining us at the head table. So thank you. Sarah, do you want a picture? Oh, David's getting his picture. Just take your time, David.
Not the only one, but I got it.
All right, well done. Okay, this day in history, I always like these that go over kind of what happened a number of years ago in history. 1941. U.S. declared war on Germany and Italy. So remember, December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day was this week. We think about those, all those soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines that lost their lives that day. 1946, UNICEF was founded. It's a great organization that's done a lot of great work around the world. And also, 1972, Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt became the last humans to walk on the moon. So 1972, it's been a while. Okay, we have a birthday table today, and I see we got some volunteers to show up. And Jack, you take the mic over to them and maybe introduce yourself, how long you've been in the club, and we got an imposter.
I'm Steve Dixon. Thank you, Colin Crow, for sponsoring me in 2011. My birthday was a few days ago.
All right.
Well, the birthday table's a little skinny. I think everybody's out celebrating. I have a December birthday. So I'm Randy Donald, past president, 2012, 2013. I have a grandson that has a birthday today. My wife's birthday is on Christmas Day, so there's a couple other December birthdays. But I just want to say I've been very proud to be a part of this club since 1998, so 27 years now.
Wow, that's awesome. Congrats. David?
Oh,
You gotta check his calendar to see if it was his birthday.
I know my birthday's this month, but I don't know when it is. What's the date today?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the 15th is my birthday, December 15th. So I have to tell a story. When I was in college, I never got a birthday and a Christmas present because my mom would forget. How can my mom forget? That literally I came home from school and I said, Mom, Merry Christmas. And she said, wait, David, it's your birthday. And I said, Mom, it was last week. So I had to just come get a little bit of claim for my birthday. So I didn't sit at the table. But yeah,
awesome. Well, maybe you could, Jack, hand the mic to the imposter, Sean Sennett, and he'll lead us in a birthday song, if you don't mind, sir.
David, please return to the table.
Sorry.
Don't make us come drag you back.
I'll sing.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotario. Happy birthday to you.
All right, Sean, you just worked yourself out of a fine by leading us in the song, so thank you, sir. Eric, not so much. 3 people, $300. And while we're on some fines, let's roll out a couple more. Matt Nelson, if you would stand, sir. Matt Nelson. Visitor? Yeah, visitor. So Matt, if you haven't met Matt, that's because he hasn't been here in 24 meetings or so. So Matt's been a long-time member, and Matt, I think, it's been a while. We love seeing you, but 24 times 10, $240, that seems about right. One other fine. This is the person responsible for putting me on the microphone, and that's Dan Adamson for bringing me into the club. Also, he's getting fined really for impersonating a cowboy. So just because NFR is in town, all of a sudden Dan Big Buckle Adamson breaks out with the buckles, the boots, the checkered shirt, all the above. Dan, your fine is just whatever the bail money is going to be when you got to deal with all the roughnecks, all right? Anyway, Jack, we got some announcements. We got a lot of announcements, so let's kind of move through them, please. Take the microphone to past President Tom Crow.
Although it's already been introduced at the head table, I would like to formally announce our new President-elect, which was voted on at our meeting right after the Thanksgiving meeting, and that is Mike Kudeman.
All right, well done. Congratulations, Mike. It's going to be an awesome year. Rosalie, take the microphone to Rosalie.
My reminders, too many things going on this month. I have a short memory. So I want to remind everyone, and it's up on the TV, that we do have our corporate tour that is coming up January 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. And this is going to be at Vidicus. It's over on Eastern Avenue
kind of directly behind the airport flight area. And the cost to attend is $25. That $25 goes directly to benefit the Las Vegas Rotary Foundation endowment. We can have a limit of 30 people at this event, so I'd love to see 30 show up instead of 5. And the other thing is, this is an education on how students who are veterinarians are also human people, surgeries are done, and we get to go through those labs and see how they work and learn how to be veterinarians, because coincidentally, veterinarians are very short in the United States at this time. So it'll be a really fun tour, and it's in conjunction with the school that we visited last month. Okay, so hope to see you there.
Look forward to that. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Sarah, take the microphone to Sarah, please.
Thank you. I was asked to remind you or let you know that if you look in the wheel today, you'll see a really cool profile of Bert Reiner. Thank you, Bert. And Tina would like to ask if you would like to be featured or profiled in the wheel, to please let her know. And then also from your social media team, we are looking for 25 club photos and Christmas party photos. So if you have any of those and you can send it to me, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. David Jones, you're up. Yes, sir. Speech contest, club level contest.
In January, we have 4 contestants. Larry's confirmed that we have 4 contestants for our speech contest, so we'll be good to go. And then we will be moving into February for the Dan Stover music competition. We just reserved our spots and contributed our $350 for our club to register to participate. So hopefully, I know that we've got one returning competitor for our speech contest who also attended RILA, so we're going to hear some good things from that. But we are looking for, I think we're filled up with the speech contest, but we are looking for anybody that's doing the music competition. And oh, by the way, we have increased the prize money from our club. So if you have any interested students that are talented and can perform any type of musical instrument, we're looking for those. Would love to have those.
You take DJs?
Do we take DJs? No.
Definitely not some of the ones we know. Okay, over to Larry for our upcoming fundraiser pickleball tournament. Tell us about it, Larry.
All right, a couple of things actually in regards to pickleball. First, we'll say that the tournament is April 18th. It's going to be a citywide Rotary tournament. And we're looking for committee members. There's 2 of us right now. The guy with the microphone and the guy with the microphone. And to help our club, I'm forming a Rotary pickleball club that will meet once a month, play the game, learn the game. So if you're interested in that, just contact me and I'll put your name down. We're looking for a centralized court that we can meet at every month and compete and have a good time.
All right, well done. Yeah, so pickleball tournament, April 18th. That's going to be a day in history. It's known as 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. That was the night of Paul Revere's ride. It's a Saturday. The finals will be at Chicken and Pickle down in Henderson. We're working on the details. If you can join us on a team to put that together, would really helpful. Appreciate it. Tony Kern, over here.
Well, Tina may be having fun on a cruise. She's delegated tasks to each of us, so I have a very fast, long read. Through the generous donation from past President Tom Thomas, 12 Interact students from Clark High School were able to participate in the One Rocks Walk for Water, Saturday, October 18th at the Springs Preserve. You'll notice also there is a recap of this in the wheel today. It was a beautiful, scenic 2-mile walk with activities, booths, snacks, and live entertainment, and the day was even kicked off with Mayor Shelley Berkeley and a colorful cast from Cirque du Soleil characters cheering everyone on. The highlight for our students was the bucket challenge. They each carried a bucket of water along the entire 2-mile route, symbolizing daily reality millions of people face just to access clean water. It was eye-opening, exactly the kind of service experience that helped Wagner, who is the wife of our member Al Wagner, for arranging the trip for the kids. And this is from Tina. My appreciation for the help while I'm on vacation. Tina.
We should probably find Tina to do all that. Over to Brock, please. Past President Brock, Magical Forest.
Thank you. And tonight is the night. It's going to be great weather too, so we don't have to bundle up like we usually do. Michael Williams and I will be there as early as we possibly can to hopefully secure the railroad platform, which is a real fun one. Even if you haven't signed up, get there by 5, or even if you're a little late, come on in and we'll put you to work. It'll be great fun watching those kids love the magical forest. So join us.
Awesome. Steve or Susan? Susan here? Steve got it. Nice delegation. You must take lessons from Tina there, Susan.
Past President Steve Linder here. We've got another Salvation Army event coming up this coming Tuesday, December 16th. It's the Angel Tree Toy Distribution. And we can sign up in the Green Book. We're meeting at the Salvation Army Paradise Recreation Center at 4775 McLeod down near the airport. And we're going to help parents shop for toys for their kids between 2:30 and 4:30 on Tuesday. So show up at 2:15 at the Salvation Army Recreation Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Past President Steve Linder. And now Past President David Thorson down this way. The Wetzel Awards.
Good afternoon, everybody. As you know, during the government shutdown, we did not do an on-base ceremony for our Q3 winners. However, they all will be here for lunch next week, so we'll have some of the nation's finest here among us next week. On January 8th, on base at Nellis Air Force Base, we are going to do the awards ceremony for both the Q3 winners and the Q4 winners. So it should be a big event if you've never been out there. It's a lot of fun to go out to Nellis and recognize these airmen. So that's going on.
Okay, very good. Is Randall here? Not here. Bijan, you want to talk about that 25 club last night? Okay. Over to Jack. We had a graduation last night.
Yes, we had a graduation and also holiday cheer little games and at Randall and Connie Bodie's home. Their home was beautifully decorated. It was all decked out and the food was fabulous. I think everybody had a lot of fun. We had about 26, I think I counted, attended, and 5 graduates. Congratulations to all the graduates and thank you to Connie and Randall, who's not here today.
And there was a gift exchange. I understand Larry came away with the top prize.
It was a coffee mate or something, right?
Like the biggest thing of Coffee Mate, dry powder. Did you actually open it, Larry? Is that what was in it?
I made sure it was sealed because it came from Larry.
Yeah, smart.
And I think Melanie's gift were stolen out of it 4 times.
4 times, yeah. Melanie went through a lot of prizes. Yeah, it was awesome. Randall did an awesome job with his wife and really decked the house out. I mean, it was like going through the Hall of Fame with the lights there. Okay, and what did Randall win? He won a hairnet or something?
Oh, yeah, shower cap.
A shower cap. That, if you remember, Randall kind of bald, won a shower cap. So be careful when you go to these 25 club events. You don't know what you're going to get into. Okay, all right, we got a couple international trips coming up. We have one, the Rotary International is going to be in Taiwan, Taipei this coming year, June 13th through the 17th. Rapport has put some flyers up here if you're interested in it. He's going, I'm going, Steve Kwan is going. And then our Rotary member of the Spotlight, Bert, told me last week that he's been to Taipei how many times?
40.
20? 40? 40 times. So he's kind of the man on the ground, knows what his way around. So it's going to be an awesome trip. If you've never been to Taiwan, it's fantastic. There's a lot to see and do over there. We're also we talked about putting together a trip to Ireland. It's open to anybody here in the Rotary. The targeting dates are March 4th through the 14th of next year. We're still putting the details together. It's hard to get everybody's schedule, but if you're interested in going, talk to me, talk to Randy Campanelli. Where's Randy at? There he is, way in the back. Randall. So we're putting that together. So we had our Santa Claus this past week. We also had the holiday party. For anybody who was not able to make the holiday party, Janice and the team, everybody that was involved, put together an awesome party. Congratulations, Liz couldn't be here today. But this guy named Elvis actually showed up and somehow he got, I didn't see any, Randy, I didn't see you out there dancing, but yeah, smart. But certainly all the ladies had a good fun time dancing with Elvis out there. So they did an awesome job. Congratulations once again. So when Janice, like I said, couldn't be here tonight or today, so she asked me to run the meeting. So we were at the 25 Club, and I thought, okay, running a meeting is pretty straightforward, right? And then I started to realize, well, this is Las Vegas. And she came up to me kind of in the middle of the 25 Club meeting, pulled me aside, and it's Las Vegas. I thought the whole hush money thing was over and done with, that the mob, all those kind of things. But she pulls this out, and she gives this to me on the down low at the meeting at the 25 Club meeting. And I'm like, what is going on here? So if I could get Jim Cole and Carrie to come up, please. So here's our Santa Claus chairpersons that did an awesome job. How about a round of applause for them? So this is actually a check. I think it probably went through the laundry, the garbage, everywhere. We don't need the bag, but this is to kick off next year's Santa Claus. $250 was donated for the 2026 charity drive. So let's get it going. Yeah. I can't testify. We never saw this. It never happened. I don't know where it went. All right, so it's an honor now to bring up Jennifer Strobel from the Families for Effective Autism. As you all know, we have the purpose of our Rotary, one of the many purposes, is to give back to the community. We have a community grants on our website, an opportunity to apply for that. So Jennifer's organization, Families for Effective Autism, did apply for it, and it went through our whole process. So the club board has to vote on it. We have a grants committee that reviews all of these to make sure that they're legit and all that. And so Jennifer, it's our honor today to present you with a check for $3,000. Maybe you can talk to the leadership here about where the money will go.
Thank you. We are so honored and grateful and humbled by this generous donation. So thank you all for having me here today. Just a little bit about FEET. We originated in 1996, so we're the oldest autism nonprofit here in Las Vegas. Just a snippet about me. I have a 28-year-old daughter with autism, so that's how I found FEET, and I've been with it ever since then. But probably our most popular program that we offer to local families is our Parents Night Out program. It's a respite program to provide families a break. This is a very transient town. A lot of families don't have, other family members in town to help care for their kids. But what they can count on is us to care for their kids. We give them a 4-hour break. We've had moms and dads drop their kids off and go out on a date for the first time since their kiddo was diagnosed. We had a mom come, and she was just bawling because she's going to go home and actually be able to sleep because her kid does not sleep through the night. So this funding, just know, is really going back to these parents that need that grade. The new stats for us is 1 in 36. So you probably all, how many people know someone with autism in this room? Yes, if you don't, you probably will in your lifetime. And I should also mention, we help over 10,000 people annually. So we do a lot of good work, and funding like this just goes so far with our families and our programs. So thank you as well.
Okay, that's awesome. And we have more of those grants that are going to be coming up here in the next few meetings. Thank you to the grants committee that works together to screen all these, and thank you to all that contribute on the fundraising side, on the donation side. If you remember all the pledge forms that go out in the beginning of the year, this is the kind of the money coming back full circle around, going out to needy organizations that are making a huge difference in our community for the children in line with our mission. So that's awesome. Okay, so I'm supposed to talk about the surprise and delight, but Janice is not here, so she said, I am the surprise and delight for today. Okay? All right, now on behalf of Janice, we're going to announce our Rotary Proud member. So this dedicated Rotarian has an unwavering passion for seeing our club succeed. She went above and beyond during our canned food drive campaign, helping to ensure we passed our goal of $12,500. She generously hosted a Halloween party fundraiser and secured an additional $4,000 through donated tickets, all benefiting our club. Her leadership, creativity, and commitment embody the true spirit of the Las Vegas Rotary. We are deeply grateful for her service. Antoinette Monroe is our proud Rotary member for our community. Come on up here, Antoinette. And here is your pin.
Thank you. I almost fell over taking that picture.
Okay, again, congratulations, Burt Reiner, being featured as our featured membership spotlight. If you get a chance to read through that, it's an amazing career. And Burt, we're proud to have you as a member of our club. Thank you, sir. Okay, we have a couple raffles. We actually have, let's do it. Let's do the raffle right now. We need a couple of tickets. Bob wouldn't let me buy any tickets today because he's like, no, the fix would be in if you won there, dude. So you're out. Okay, for the first one, get your tickets out, please. The number 559-1450. Winner, Larry. Boy, you win the non-dairy creamer and then you win the ticket. All right, let's do this. Hold it up. Yay! Sorry, Larry, you didn't win, but you got $10. Larry wanted me to remind everybody the upcoming Army-Navy game party at his house. Maybe it's not a party at his house, but he did say, go on and cheer the Navy to beat Army.
I was going to say, do you have a vested interest in that?
Of course. There's only one possible solution there. Okay, the next ticket for the Lowry Bucks, 559-1242. Oh, look at that. The K's to show up, ready to go. Sure. All right, the next, we have one other raffle today for somebody's Mercedes that's parked outside that left their keys on the table with Bob. So, Eddie, okay, we're not going to get that. You win. I thought we had a good start on the fundraiser there, but not so much. Okay, that's great. I think we, Mike, you ready to do your introduction? A little bit early, but we'll get going. So, President-elect Mike Kudiamont in his first official words in his new role.
All right. So we're introducing to the people today. These are people you don't want to call, because if you call them, you're in trouble, right? Because that's Red Rock Search and Rescue. They've been around town since 2012, and they've been a part of LBMPD Search and Rescue. So they're the first partners, the civilian. They're a 501c3 actually. So they're the civilian partners of LBMPD who needs a group of people who would be looking for mostly like missing persons. Like they got a lot of cases of Alzheimer's that roams around, and they're being tasked with that. So without further ado, with their motto, so that others may live. Search Red Rock Search and Rescue, Robbie Portland, and Derek McIntyre.
First of all, thank you guys so much for having me. My team is very grateful to be here. I've had the pleasure of meeting some of you guys. Some are hikers. And I hope everybody will walk away learning something about what we do in the community. I love what you guys do. Not only are you a fun group, but you are supporting this community. And that's what we are trying to do every day. Okay, so have you guys heard of Red Rock Search and Rescue? Okay, so our name is a little misleading. So I'm going to talk about who we are, what we do, our teams within our team, and how we search, and some survival tips, and some information that I hope that you will appreciate. So, like I said, we've been around since 2012. We're an all-volunteer nonprofit organization. So because we are all volunteers, everybody has something else going on in their life. So because of this, we get a wealth of information from our members. So right now, I think we're about 170 members. We usually, since it's volunteers, that number changes. But we usually have at least 150 members on our team. So who signs up for this? So it's, a huge background. So I'm a former educator. I appreciate the Candy Cane Day. I used to work for a teacher, for an administrator that did Fight February Fatigue with Funds. We dressed up every day in February. So I'm an educator, currently a stay-at-home mom of teenagers, and so at some point they get to their point in life where they don't need me as much, but I still need to be there, so this is perfect for me. We have law enforcement, we have engineers, veterans, firefighters, police officers, EMTs, doctors, accountants, real estate agents, you name it, it's probably represented. Hairdressers, circus performers, really, any career that you could name has probably been represented within our organization at some point. So with that, it brings a wealth of knowledge. So we did not just roam off the street and they put us in these orange shirts. We had to work really hard to get into these orange shirts. So we are all NASAR certified. So that is National Association of Search and Rescue. So everybody on our team has to be qualified for that. So when you're brought on, we give you a year and we train you. We do everything. So my partner in the community outreach is the deputy commander of training. But we are trained in CPR, stop the bleed, wilderness first aid, radio communications, mapping, navigation, and tracking. So not only are we certified individually,
But in October, we got MRA certified, so that's Mountain Rescue Association. And that is something that we are an associate member of that, and Las Vegas Metro Police Department, they are members as well. So, what are we? We are a force multiplier. So that means we are not just roaming out there looking for people. We are under the instruction and guidance of Las Vegas Metro Police Department. We have MOUs with Las Vegas Metro, with Henderson, with North Vegas. We work with Nye County. We work with state parks, national parks. So we are everywhere. So because we are a volunteer organization, there is something featured in that photo that is not ours. So the lovely helicopter, not ours, that's Metro's, but that is just showing, that's one of our searches at Valley of Fire. Have you guys been to Valley of Fire? Yeah. Okay. I hope we see you in settings like this and not out there, because lots of people go missing at Valley of Fire. It's very easy to get turned around because on the other side of that big rock is fire wave. And so a lot of people go exploring, taking photos, turning around, and then before you know it, they're lost. And it starts to look the same. So we'll talk about a story a little bit later in this presentation. Okay, so anybody in here ever been lost? Okay, most people have been lost at some point, whether that is at an event, at an amusement park, in a store, concerts, whatever. You know, you've been lost, even if it's for a split second. So we are looking for all kinds of people, because wherever people go, there is the potential for them to go missing. So we are doing searches. This valley is fantastic. You've got the desert, but then you also have the mountains. And some of those, we've had searches on the same day in 2 different type situations. So you could be searching in snow while we've got teammates, down in the valley searching where it's hot. But we're also doing urban searches. So you mentioned that somebody, we all know somebody with autism. We also know people with dementia. And so those people go missing as well. So we are doing probably half and half of wilderness searches and urban searches. And those urban searches are probably increasing more than the wilderness searches. And because we are all living longer, those numbers will just continue to rise. So we also do evidence searches and cold cases, because just because we know somebody has not survived does not mean that their loved ones do not want them home. So we will continue to search. So how do we search? We have teams within our team to help us do these, and I will pass this off to Barrett.
So thanks for having us. I'm not going to use this because I'll probably blast your eardrums out. I'm kind of a loudmouth person.
Actually, you have people on Facebook.
Oh, you have to? Okay. Well, you asked for it. I'll try to behave, but I'm not promising you anything. So when a call comes out for a missing person, it goes through what we call our emergency call takers. They'll take the information, they'll start the disposition, and they'll start the wheels in motion for the search. Command will be notified. Command will escalate the team, and our planners will start putting together the search maps and put together everything that's necessary. So we just don't show up out there. We may deploy canine teams. We have dogs that are trained. We have 2 types out of about 8 different disciplines. We have dogs that are air scent. Or not air scent rather, but scent. They'll take a sample, a sock, a shoe, a hat, and the dog can trail off of that. That team will go out. We have bicycle teams. They'll be used for containment. They will be deployed out into either the mountain or the city. And they get around and they could make sure that we hold the person within the search area or actually cover more area looking for them. We also deploy drones. We don't have helicopters like Robbie said. but we do use drones in this day and age. And so the drones will be deployed if they can fly. We also have some of the older skills. We still do trackers. I'm a man tracker. So if we know what your shoe looks like, we can follow you out in the desert. And we've had some success with that also. And then we have the ground pound, right? Well, to get 150 people out there, we also have to use 4x4s. So Jeeps, trucks, the like are utilized to get us out and also to do searches. Now, as everybody said, we're a nonprofit. That means all the equipment, the Jeeps, the trucks, the dogs, are handled and paid for by the owners. They pay for the Jeep. If the Jeep gets damaged, the owner fixes it. They pay for their gas. The owner puts it in. The dog, amazing amount of work that goes into it, but the problem is high level of training for a short lifespan of searching. So the owners, again, they do all the work and put all the money into it. We have no paid positions. We are completely transparent with what money we have, and we do not charge the people that we rescue. So any of the things that we do, we get out there and we have to put them in a splint, put them in a stretcher and carry them out, which we do. We absorb the cost. We do not pass that on. That is the one thing that our subjects don't have to worry about, is that we're ever going to cost them some money, right? We do this for the law. So we also have something called community outreach. And that's what we're here today talking about, is community outreach. Robbie runs an amazing program. She has personally reached out to probably over 2,000 children teaching within the school system. We go in, we give these presentations to the children, teach them how to hike and how to be safe. We try to fully engage them into the program so that they know what to do if they get lost, and we can have a quick and good resolution to the problem. As she also alluded to, dementia is becoming more and more of an issue. I think it's safe to say that at this point in time, we are probably almost 50-50. 50% in the wilderness, 50% in the city. Wherever the need is, we go. We answer the call. This morning, case in point, K-19 sent out looking for somebody. We go constantly, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So I'm talking about community outreach, and this is, I'm going to give you just a brief taste of what we teach children, because, wrong way. Because it also applies to the adults. There's a program called Hug-a-Tree. It all came about in the 1980s. A little bit back in time, but pretty apropos today, and still a national program that we participate in. A family goes camping in the California highlands, in the mountains, and they get lost, or basically, they stop to eat. Parents are preparing dinner, and the 3 boys that they have, they go out to play. 2 boys come back. Jimmy doesn't. The young man is out there. Parents do what parents do. They get nervous. They start looking for him. They escalate to a ranger. They start searching. Can't find the young man. No sign of him. Day 2 happens. Organized searches begin. They start looking for him. Still, no joy. Search escalates. But now the weather's working against them. Rain, fog. Searchers are coming back in, reporting they can't see the hand in front of their face. It's so bad. Helicopters can't fly. No drones at that time. And the dogs can't pull a scent now because it's being washed out by the fog. So now everything's going wrong that could go wrong. Day 4, search grows to 400, including Marines out of Pendleton, right? Still no joy, but what they find is a shoe and a jacket. And then on day 5, they find Jimmy. Jimmy has succumbed to the elements. He has wandered off an edge, and they believe he died from hypothermia. Now, what Jimmy did during that was he did not stay put. He kept walking. He kept moving. He dropped clothes and didn't pick them up. So because of his movement, he was moving in and out of search areas that had already been cleared. The beverages and the tracker sat down and figured out what needed to be done so no other family has to go through this. the Hug a Tree program was formed and is still practiced today by NASAR. And so we go out and we teach this to the children. We show them a movie that shows what to do if you do get separated, what to do lost. We deliver that to Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church groups, adults, anybody who wants to listen to the message. And we do that so that others can live, right? Back to our motto, others may live. So, one of the things that comes out, just the opposite of mine. So, what they learned was, number one, hike with a whistle. Now, I gave everybody, we were handing out whistles. If you didn't get one, pick one up at the front of the table. Person just 2 weeks ago, Valley of Fire, she went out, didn't take any signaling device, got lost, and didn't have any way to contact the searchers. Had a good resolution, but if you had a simple whistle, it would have made a big difference to the search teams. They're looking for 3 blasts of a whistle. You may hear the search team blowing them 3 times, yelling your name, but you can blow a whistle all day long. So if you're lost, it's 3 blasts of the whistle. For you hikers that have real hiking packs, the real good ones, check the chest strap. You'll find an embedded whistle in it. This is your primary means of communication with the search teams. We teach these to the children. We distribute these to the children. Hike with a 55-gallon garbage bag. We carry them. One of the deals about that is you can pop a hole in the bottom, pull it over using a poncho. You can lay it on the ground. It becomes a ground cloth. You can lay it across bushes and get sun protection in the desert. The desert is brutal. So, I hate this orange shirt with a passion, but it serves a purpose, right? Not only am I colorful, but some of you noticed it when we were standing in the parking lot. You can pick us out for miles, and that works to our advantage in the desert. We will be wearing this color, not this. We're only dressed up because of you guys. I'd be in a t-shirt and a grunt shirt if I had my choice. But we wear these in green and a god-awful yellow that highlights our probationary members so that when we're out there with them, we can keep an eye on them to make sure they're being brought into the team properly and not at risk. So you'll see us mostly in this orange, and you'll also see us in the yellow. We tell the kids, and we tell you if you're going hiking, don't wear camouflage. It is like the worst possible thing you can do. It works, unfortunately. Don't do it. Okay, so I'm trying to bring you into the program, and now Robbie's going to talk about how we do it. How do we actually get boots on the ground and how we get out there? And for the birthday boy over here, who never got a birthday present, did you get a whistle?
Getting one.
You're getting this one.
I got plenty, but I want one more.
You got to have one, because I hear you didn't get nothing when you were a kid.
Okay, so why is it important to hug a tree? This is what it looks like when we go out. So all of our searchers, we have an app that we use, and so it is tracking us. So if you look at this map, all of those purple lines are searchers. So when somebody goes missing, just like if a kid goes missing in a store, they're looking at a toy, there are people walk off a couple of aisles, and they go, where are they? Oh yeah, they were looking at that book or that toy, and they go back to their last known location. So when a call comes in, that's what we're looking for. We're trying to figure out what was their last known location, where do we start? And then you build from there. So you build these search areas. So hopefully we have, the entire, area covered, but let's say that we don't. Let's say that this area was so big, we have everybody in that area, we search it. If you look at the bottom corner, it's search area 1, is how it's labeled. It's covered. The person's not there. So now we're going to call command post and we're going to say, hey, we've already searched our area, subject's not here, what do we do now? And they'll say, okay, go to one of the other 2 areas. So in the meantime, if our subject was in 1 and they go into the area that we just searched, we're not going back. So now I will ask you, who do you think we're looking for most often? Do you think we're looking for kids or do you think we're looking for adults?
Adults.
We're looking for adults. Okay, I'll take it a step more. Statistically, do you think we're looking for adult men or women?
Men.
So this is why it's so important. And so when I talk to the kids, I try to empower them of like, I need your help. I need you to go home and tell your people to hug a tree, to stay put. It's so tempting to find your way out, but sometimes that's not possible. Make sure that you tell somebody where you're going, and then we can find you. Okay, so that's what people can do. Make sure that you let people know where you're going. Also looking at the bottom of your shoe, it's pretty much like a fingerprint. And so even the exact same shoe worn for 2 weeks by an individual will start to wear differently because we all have a different way of walking. And so it's going to have a different look than somebody with the same shoe. So make sure that somebody that's not with you, they know where you're going and they know what shoes you're wearing. So I said that we did searches in the urban area, and this is what this looks like. So this was a case where somebody with dementia left the house, so that's our last known location. And now we fan out and we search everywhere because people could, when it's cold, curl up under a bush. They could do all kinds of things. So we covered this neighborhood. We covered all of the exits, trying to figure out, did they leave or are they still in here? We're trying to work on containment. But it's still the same philosophy of how we work. Okay, so I talked about Valley of Fire. This is what it looks like. So this was an actual case. One night, because we're all volunteers, 24/7, we can get the call. So it was dark. We get a call. You're on standby. There is a missing subject in Valley of Fire. So we're all checking our headlamps, making sure we have all the proper gear. We're getting ready. They said, Metro's going to fly the helicopter one more time. If they don't find the subject, we're sending you guys in. Then we get the call. Metro found him. That's great, but we're always also learning. So we were like, okay, if we had been called out, could we have found this person? So we went out the next day and look at those beautiful prints. So we track him. And so if you are not lost and you're just on a hike, your tracks look a certain way because tracks tell a story. And so this was a whole lot of confusion of like, I'm not quite sure where to go. And if you've ever been to Valley of Fire and you hike up, because that's where my head goes. If I'm lost, I'll just hike up and I'll see where I'm supposed to go. It's almost more frightening when you get up there because it looks the same in every direction. And people think that they can see a parking lot, but they don't because you almost can't see that Fireway parking lot until you're almost in it. The other thing, your phone doesn't work. So they think, I'll call somebody. Nope. Even our Motorola radios are squawking at us because half the time they're losing signal. Now, we can get some reception if we climb up a little higher, but cell phone, still not working. If you're there after dark and you think, lights will pull me in the right direction, it's going to pull you to Locondale, which is in the opposite direction, and it is really far away. So, if you look, this was his track. We followed him, and then I found this. And when I took this photo, it was in the sun, but probably when he was lost and resting, this was a shady spot. Then, do you see the other prints? Because I said tracks tell a story. Any guesses what else was with him?
Dog.
He had a dog with him. And so I'm happy to report both he and his dog were rescued. But look at this. SOS and help. So now the one bad thing was these were not anywhere near each other, so he did not hug a tree, he did not stay put. But he was trying to send a message up to the airplane, to the helicopter, to anybody that could see it, that he was concerned, that he was lost. So he wrote SOS. So I always tell the kids, this is about the size that your S should have been. Because once again, this is great that he did it, but we can learn from it. So the SOS written in sand was really hard to read. And so he could have outlined it in sticks, outlined it in rocks, did something to really send that message up to the helicopter. Because we sometimes forget that the helicopter, that we can see it really well, but all it's seeing of us is the top of our head. So everything has to be like big. So once again, the SOS, this should have been the size of a school bus. So all messages, the size of a school bus. Once again, walked a little farther and found the help written in sticks. So, what else can you do? Other than those things that we talked about, the Scouts have been doing a great thing. Any former Scouts in here? Okay, Scouts. All right, well, the Scouts have been doing it well for a long time, so no reason to reinvent the wheel. They have your 6 essentials. Water, food, first aid, flashlight, sun protection, whistle. Your phone can also be used. You know, just tapping the screen on your cell phone, the helicopter can spot that. You also have a flashlight on there, so making sure that you're always hiking with those things. The other thing, like at some point, Scouts, if you can't use a map and a compass, no reason to have it. It's just adding weight to your pack. But the fire starter and knife, the only thing worse than being lost would be lost and injured. Also with setting a fire, because we know that if you have that garbage bag, it's not going to hurt you. It can trap your body heat in and keep you warm. You don't need a fire, but your fire could get out of control, and now you've cut yourself off from rescue. So we always try to encourage Scouts, just because you've been approved to do that does not mean that you should do that. Additional suggestions, we talked about making sure somebody knows where you're going. And sending photos, letting people know what you're wearing, just in case something happens. So, once again, we are a force multiplier. So the first thing is call Metro if somebody goes missing. And then that's where they will also reach out to us, because the majority of their searching is done from the helicopter. So they are not doing what we do. That's why there was such a need for this in the community. So we are the ground searchers, and we can spread out and get places while they are doing their job in the air. Emergency call takers, they collect a whole lot of information. Some of it sounds a little silly. You're like, why are you asking me that? But it all connects and could be, crucial in trying to find somebody. And once again, a lot of this stuff is for if you know somebody that has dementia, there are extra steps that you could take to make sure that they are safe, and because you're not a wanderer until you are a wanderer. So making sure that a lot of things are in place. So we, Bear was talking about what we do, for the schools, but we also give these presentations to retirement communities, neighborhoods. So if there anybody that would like us to come and speak to those groups, we would be happy to. And we add some more information about specifically what you can do, like with somebody that's living with dementia. And I believe that is it. Yes.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Barrett, for doing this. Barrett did offer that he could take 3 people, and it came down to either 3 past presidents or the birthday table, and put them out in the Valley of Fire after Opportunity Village tonight. And they'll test it, see if they can actually track you guys. So just sign up at the table on the way out. So we got time for a couple questions?
Yes.
All right.
And
yes, sir.
And if we can, we'll bring the commander, Mark Spear. And also, you mentioned John Meyer is our board president, but he's also a member, so he also wears the orange. So, thank you, John.
Thank you both for being here. 2 questions, actually. One, you mentioned about the vehicles and the gas, all by the volunteers. From one organization that's volunteers to another, thank you for what you do and for your training. We all give our time, and we know how valuable that is to us. So it's amazing what you're doing. But my question is, along those lines, is how do you hopefully recover some of those costs? Do you apply for grants from organizations like the Las Vegas Rotary Club Foundation? Do you have fundraisers? Those kind of things. And my second question is, I saw recently on the news where someone was trapped in quicksand up in Utah, that they covered the news segment on it, and he had a GPS transmitter, I guess, which is what saved him, because they were able to get folks to him in time. Is that, obviously that's something different than a cell phone, maybe it does by satellite. Is that something that you'd recommend? If so, is there a particular kind of one that you guys use or would recommend? And I mean, shouldn't that be a part of your 6 items? Maybe that'd be a great one to have on there as well.
So to start with your first question about the vehicles, the gas, the maintenance of the Jeeps, the 4x4s, that equipment, that is strictly borne by the member. When it comes to the fuel for the command post that you saw a picture of, the servicing of that comes from grants and donations to the organization. So we have a budget that we have to maintain that the organization uses. And that comes from groups like you or anybody else who donates to us. But when it comes to the actual dogs, the bicycles, the vehicles, totally borne by the member, all the costs. Okay, that's your number one. Your next question was about the GPS systems. There are many out there on the market, and many of them are very good. I wouldn't recommend any. We use a system called Caltopo on our phones. There's a problem with that because sometimes the phones go down. That's why we still train people how to use a map and a compass. So we still rely on that. But you will find our members carrying things like an InReach, which is a GPS system. Caveat to that is it has a subscription, a monthly subscription. There's several others out there, and they're all very good, and they require a monthly subscription. We won't mandate that to our members because it's another cost. It's up to them. Apple phones right now has a really good deal on the higher ends. Your phones can take satellite reception if everything's going, and it's not a charge right now. But who knows what Apple will do in 2 years from now, okay? So we use Caltopo. Members have separate units if they want to carry them. You'll find a lot of them carrying the different types. They're willing to eat the subscription cost. And then some of us still rely on map and compass and the phone. Okay?
I'd say another key thing is don't hike alone.
No, I was just wondering if you wanted to say anything else about the first part of the question.
Thank you for coming today. Really appreciate it. I've got 2 questions. First, where's my patch? Second, in Europe, they have very similar organizations, but they charge you when you are out and you get rescued. They hand you a bill, and you have to pay. Is there any possibility that could be implemented here?
And how do you know that?
I haven't.
Hey, your bill! We're not looking to charge anybody for our services. We don't take any money from the government or the state. We don't want to take money from you in the worst day of your life where you call us for help for you or call for help for your loved one that's walking the streets. So we don't have any intent to do that in the future.
Thank you. My question was about volunteering. How do you have requirements on how often you have to answer? And obviously, you have to go through some training, but
right. The first thing is you can't be a cowboy. You can't wear a plaid we welcome everybody. As long as they're 18 or over, they can start the training process when they're 17. They can't go out in the field really until they're 18. And we have a couple that are older than me. I'm 71. One of our best hikers for any age is almost 80. And I dare anybody to try to keep up with him. He's an amazing hiker, Brian Dodd. There's a lot of training like you saw up there. You have a year to complete that. If you're going to be on the field team, you have to qualify on a 4-mile hike in 2 hours and 15 minutes carrying a 20-pound pack. And if I can do it, you can do it. Not everybody can do it. We also have a command post, so that's people who don't go in the field. We're taking ideas on resource members to do mission development, where you plot the segments you saw all the lines on. So there's a lot of military people, helicopter pilots, that may be interested in that sort of thing. So that's how it works. We have about 2 classes a year. Cool.
All right, Tony, you got one last question?
On your canines, are they getting through the same training that law enforcement does? I mean, I know you've got scent as opposed to dope or whatever else, but how are they doing that?
No, they're different. Our dogs are not aggressive, so they're not going to be throw, but that's probably a poor word to use. They're strictly trained either on scent or human remains detection. So one dog's trained for scent, and then the dog has to go through good citizenship. When it finds the subject, it has to behave, sit, do nothing to be aggressive to the victim or subject.
Your routine citizen is going to have a dog that they're going to take to do that.
No.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No. Our K9 team is certified. They'll decide whether the dog's going to be human remains detection or going to be scent training. And then they go through all the scent training and the certification process to make sure that the dog has the right drive for scent and has the right temperament to deal with people that are in trouble. The HRD dog, a little bit different. HRD dog is trained to go for odor and look for decomposition, whether it be bones in the human body. And that dog has to go through a bunch of certification processes over vast acreage to make sure that the dog can actually go into odor properly.
What percent of your rescues are entail an injury?
That's a tough one. Notice how I'm passing this right off. 30 seconds.
30 seconds, I've been told I get them. Anyway, I would say 20% roughly. Most of them are just straight missing or not alive. Thank you all.
All right, great presentation. Appreciate it. So, Barrett, I got one of those dogs that I push around in a pram. Buggy. I'm going to show up without one.
You can bring it out.
Yeah.
We'll have some fun with it.
Come in and control today, right?
Yeah, like the boss.
That's right, yeah. Awesome to see you guys out here. I did a lot of search and rescues with the Navy. The Hug a Tree program didn't work out there in the ocean, but glad to hear we were able to pass on some good information. We do have a couple certificates here for you for Robbie and Barrett for Club Service Award presented to you both for the donation to the Just One project. For both of you. Thank you. We also have a gift of our Rotary Club of Las Vegas anniversary celebration. So we've been around here for a long time. So take a look at that. Okay, Rotarians, thanks, Steve. I hope we didn't scare you off with all the cadaver discussions there, Steve, Orange County. But thanks, everybody, for being here today. It's been an honor to represent Janice for this meeting. As a reminder, as you go forward, this is a great time of year, but it's also a tough time of year for a lot of people. Check in with your friends, your family. Just kind of go one question deeper than how you doing, right? Just ask that deeper question and go, no, really, really, how you doing? Everything going okay, that kind of thing. Because you do tend to see, and you never know, having come from the Navy for a long time, you never know where a potential suicide or something like that is going to come from. A lot of people have friends and family, and a lot of people don't. So just remember that. With that, go forth, make things happen. Thank you.